have a couple of ideas that are in my head and things that have just happened this week that are giving me a new lens on something that maybe I might have taken for granted in the past, and maybe as well it's something that I should take more seriously in the future moving on. Life is chaos if you have no vehicle to get to your desired position. As humans, almost every single thing that we do is based off pain or fear. Whether you're somebody who's just a student trying to become a medical doctor, or you're a business owner, a small business owner trying to grow your agency or grow your business to a certain height, all of those things are based on the fact that you are currently in pain. And the thing is, if you have no vehicle of getting you to where you want to go, you end up in this state of misery and pain. This week has been quite challenging for me because it's been a roller coaster. A part of me didn't even want to record, but there's a part of me that's realizing that this is part of the journey. This present moment now, I'm never ever going to have another moment ever like this. I do not want to curate a journey as if it was perfect. And the only difference between a person who is in the position where I want to be, or where you want to be rather, the difference is that that person stuck it through and they went through the pain and emotions. The entire world economy takes literally on people that just want to be in a less painful situation. It's interesting that all we do is literally try and avoid pain. And pain is the thing that lets us grow. I look back and the reason I'm in this situation is because of comfort. And comfort invites entropy. And entropy, as entropy states, is that any system left without maintenance eventually dies out. When the times are good, prepare for the bad times. That's why people say there's light at the end of the tunnel, because what they're trying to say or trying to denote, which is there cannot be darkness without lightness. There cannot be light without darkness. And sometimes it just feels so hard, you know. I don't even know the way that I'm trying to convey this message on this video. And it's genuinely because I'm in a state of confusion and pain. But I don't know. It's interesting because as an entrepreneur, you're ultimately somebody that takes a very big gamble. But so is every other career. You know, you become a doctor and you're like, oh, my dream is to become a neurosurgeon. And then you get into the career and then you realize that the map is not the territory. You know, you only realize that there's only a select number of people in the entire world that get to the position of becoming a neurosurgeon, you know. So same thing is with entrepreneurship, maybe not as time costing. The people that are really at the top are people that are able to get through the emotions that I'm getting through right now, which is even if the emotions are there, doesn't mean I need to act on them. The feeling of not knowing what's next. For the past 3 days, every time I wake up, like the single thought of me going to sleep and waking up is literally the same thing. What can I do next? What can I figure out right now so that I can create something that I'm proud of 2 months from now, 3 months from now, 6 months from now? It's interesting. It's a state where you wake up at 3 a.m. and just this pinging sound in your head, which is like, what can you figure out? But like, you can't even fall asleep. And when you do actually fall asleep, you wake up to the thing that like you slept thinking about, you know? And you realize that the tools that are going to take you out of there are the tools that you probably should have used a year ago, 6 months ago, 2 years ago. You know, I had a conversation with Chief, who is a big TikToker in South Africa. But I had a conversation with him a little over in 2022, a little over a year and probably approaching 2 years. And he had told me to get on TikTok. I questioned myself, which is, you never know where you would be. I'm not saying it would have worked for me, but it's just so interesting. I'll try and look for the map and put it over here of all of the unique paths in which your life could have changed. I've been in this space for a little over just 1.5 years I'm approaching about 2 years now. It's interesting when I look back at all of the instances in my life where I could have went into this space. I actually remember his name. Uncle Chunky told me about this space when I was 16, 17, and I didn't go into it. I'm not saying that is good or bad, but it's just a realization of the current chaos and the present moment now that I'm in is all a result of my own actions. This is not something that I'm creating to ask a sense of pity. It's something that I'm just realizing that I'm here because of my own actions, the good and the bad. which is I'm here on my own actions. And sometimes that's a hard pill to swallow, but it's one I would think maybe I'm happy leaving with. Chaos. And my only hope is the work, doing the things that need to be done. It's an easy thing for me to say, oh yeah, let me not record a video this week because, I'm in a state of urgency or I don't know what to do. But the truth is, a year from now, what happens? Where am I going to be a year from now? God willing, putting all the work in, it's a better position. But you really ask yourself, it's so interesting that you end up in a space where everything you want comes true, and you ask yourself, do you want what you thought you wanted? And even in that case, you ask yourself, it's all of these questions, man, that pain me. They genuinely do. But yeah, this is one of those chaotic videos again where I don't have the answers, but nobody does. And being okay with not knowing the future, but accepting the situation and accepting that I'm the one that's responsible for this is the only thing I can do. And the only weapon I have against the future is the work. The future version of me is maybe thankful for this, maybe hates me for this. But yeah, I will be putting more efforts into these videos moving forward. But I just wanted them to be clear and to be true as well. Yeah, that's what's on my mind. There's direction. There's hopefully, given the steps that I've written down, I journaled today, and hopefully that gives me a sense of direction. And I hope you prevent entropy in any way, whether it's physically, mentally, or emotionally. The rate of entropy is only slowed down by work that you do. But something that I also want you to remember is it's all a gamble. None of us know for sure what's going to happen. None of us do. Man, I don't know. I'm trying to figure this out myself as well. But that's the beauty of life sometimes. No matter how messed up the situation might be right now, that's the beauty of life. There is no definite answers. But we strive and we push forward and we put in the hours. Yeah, from me to you and my future version of myself, and watching back at this, I hope I make you proud. I hope I make Jackie Mukoma proud. I hope you don't live in regret. Yeah, that's it.